Hey guys, GHAZZY TV here with another Path of Exile 2 video. I'm going to talk about the cocaine ants and what actually has happened, because now I get to play test them after they brought them back as of yesterday's little oopsie doopsie that happened. A little whoops, shit, I didn't mean to do that, but they fixed that. Anyways, before we do this, as always, if you like this type of content, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button, subscribe for more content, all that jazz, and leave a comment. It helps the algorithm. Anyways, as you can see, I'm currently playing with the mandibles. First and foremost, let me step away from combat for a while. First and foremost, they say that they're called Netherlands. Their base spirit cost says 38. It's not the case. They still have the high spirit cost. Now, I'm pretty well damn geared here. So my spirit cost in these is currently at 51, which is kind of crazy. So pretty well geared. However, what has then happened? So looking at the numbers, they lost HP. I don't know why. I believe this is because of a removal of an implicit modifier that they've had, which was hidden, so we couldn't see this, not even in the data mine information. So the HP is lowered a tiny bit. Now they're 25k HP at level 31. It's like they're not going to die very easily. They're pretty cracked, actually. I don't really have them capped on rest. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother doing that. Maybe I should, actually. And that is with this node. I could give them a little bit more rest. I just don't feel like it. What else happened? Looking at the damage numbers compared to the... Well, now it's completely off. Tooltip in the chamber is kind of off. So I've been doing a similar test on tooltip check from what I had before compared to what I had in my hideout after the patch reintroduction of them. So their on-hit damage remained the same, but as you can see, they still have the fucking frost shit, which is really annoying. I thought that was going to go away. They lost attack speed, and the main reason they lost attack speed is not their base stats. It's actually because of the loss of the Haze Spectre. The Haze Spectre being removed losses attack speed. Now, the Haze Spectre was obviously going to be a given to be going away, but that Spectre also moved so fast that it kept up with the ants, so the ants always had that extra movement speed. That part is very, very noticeable, because that Spectre with your ants actually outran yourself and just went flying off to the distance. However, so that has changed, putting us in a position where you will notice how they're a little slower. They're still pretty fucking fast, but they're not as fast as they were before these changes happened. More notably, the ants do not have what's called phasing. It's a PoE 1 term or mechanic. We have that in PoE 2 as well. What phasing does is something that we've been asking GGG to let minions do it from the beginning, but they're not doing it. Phasing allows you to go through targets or enemies. Like, just walk straight through them. It also means they can stack on one another. This means that they weren't body blocking each other when they were engaging with enemies or trying to hit the same targets. They wouldn't have to run around and surround the target. Instead, they could just start hitting because they were facing, allowing to be stacked on top of each other. That part is noticeable as well as we're clearing. So clear is definitely the part that got hurt. Single target didn't seem to have any issues. Now, I've been testing them for a couple maps now, and a couple of bosses, and so far single target, I can't tell the difference compared to before. It's just that this map is really hard rolled.
Holy crap, another prime sub.
Holy crap indeed. Thanks so much for the sub. But it comes to clearing, as you can see, that was a prime example. This guy, when he ran here, he got a little bit body blocked. In the past, he would just straight through and start attacking. And other than that, it honestly is exactly as expected. There's a few things that I was a little surprised with, such as, oh my fucking god, this map, dude. Some of the changes, such as the fact that we lost HP on them, a bit surprising. Doesn't really matter. They're still extreme. I'm gonna die here. I am actually dead. All right, let's go back in. Holy shit. So I might have, this is a 7 or 8 modded tier 15. Yeah, tier 15, I think. Or was it 16? I don't know. It's a pretty rough map, let me tell you that much. But I mean, they're just zooming through it anyways. They're still fast. They're not as fast again. So they do get the job done. They're very effective still. And I would arguably say that they still are the best choice. Now, there's the argument of powered zealots and Volgards when it comes to the performance topic. However, I will say this. That's an exceptional roaring staff. I wonder if that's money. I will say this. One of the main reasons why these are so good is, for example, let's pretend that that chest over there is an enemy. these minions would already be running up and hitting that within 1.5 seconds and killing that. If I played Power Zealots or Volgards, for example, what would happen is they wouldn't aggro this at this range. I would have to move up here, and then they would get in position. Then they would start casting their ability. Then the damage would be applied. During all of this time, my minions have, with these ants, the cocaine ants, have already killed this target, and I'm already on my way to the next target. Second thing that I want to point out is, since we did lose the movement speed ourselves, we can use the Amanimus Gaze Jewel. This is something that makes our movement speed be based off our spirits, capping at 600 spirits, being up to 40% movement speed. Now, a double socket would actually help a lot with this, but you get 1 movement speed per 15 spirits. So in my case, that would be 31, 32, 31% movement speed. Which allows me to do this. However, other modifiers to movement speed do not apply, which means that the movement speed roll on the boots is completely irrelevant, so I can just focus on the reservation. It also means that the sprint is completely irrelevant, so now I can no longer get knocked down because I'm not going to sprint anymore. But it definitely is a situation where you're getting a slower clear speed. Chat just pointed out something because I'm blind. You're limited to one of these jewels. Sorry. One limit on this. My bad. You can only use one. All I'm saying is there is a slow... The clear speed got lowered a little bit, and the ants still outperform Power Zealots and Volgards because of the inherent speed, approach of aggressiveness, and aggro range of these units and efficiency compared to those other units. Power Zealots and Volgards are fantastic. You know, obviously, eye cancer on the screen, but they cannot compete with the clear speed of the Netherlands or the frozen mandibles. And like I mentioned earlier, they are bugged in the name and the base spirit cost, but as long as you raise the one, or you have the gem from before, if you raise them from the Ashen Forest, for those of you who missed it, you get them from the interlude area, Ashen Forest. There's a checkpoint. There's one rare frozen mandible. That's the one you want. They have a base cost of 99 spirits. That's the one you're going to want. But that's about it. I don't really have anything else to say. The build's functional. It's all good. And I would arguably say that based on the information that I've seen and that I've played so far, I would consider this to be the best minion build that we have seen as of right now. And I don't think we'll see anything better. Today or later on the stream at the time of this recording, I'll be testing some Abyssal Spectres, and we'll see how that goes. Anyways, I'm not going to waste your time. Hit the like button and subscribe for more content. I really appreciate that. And leave a comment what you guys think of the cocaine ants, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, stay safe. Keep rocking.